While passing the Farm Bill will be a huge win for the beef industry, overregulation and government intrusion is a continuous battle. New legislation can often have a negative impact on farmers and ranchers. We recently spoke with some members of Congress to get their thoughts on overregulation. We have more in this week's Cattlemen's Capital Concerns.
You know, we have had some real challenges with this EPA. I think it's been the most anti-business, anti-agriculture EPA that we've seen, at least in my lifetime. Some of the regulations that have really concerned me, in particular, one of them was the dust regulation that they came out with, where they were having conversations about moving to a stricter standard. And Cattlemen's was very helpful on that bill, and I really appreciated their support because what would happen is if they had moved to those kind of standards that they were proposing, we could have potentially seen people that were combining or driving up and down gravel roads or baling, that if we had a windy day would have to be shut down and quit their work. We could have had many states impacted, producers that were impacted, and it just goes to show you that this EPA is out of touch with rural America.
The phrase EPA brings fear and trepidation into the farmers and ranchers that I know in Texas. The EPA seems to be totally, first, out of control, making regulations that don't do anything for the environment, that cost a lot and hamper the ranching and farming industry.
You know, I hear from constituents, ranchers, farmers each and every day about government's overreach, about government intervention, whether it's spilled milk rules dealing with dairies, whether it's barbed wire fence reflectors on people's farm ground. It's pretty incredible the areas that government is reaching into. And so particularly at the EPA, I'm very concerned that a lot of the rules that they're proposing are you know, not, they just lack common sense. They're things that we wouldn't come up with in rural America because we could do it better. And that's the message that I try to express to them, whether it's at committee hearings or letters that we write to them, saying, you know, there's got to be a better way to protect the environment, but balance the economic needs and the freedoms that we cherish.
It's as if the people who are writing these rules don't understand agriculture at all. So never has the NCBA's input, rancher to congressman, been more important than it is now. We rely so much on the people whose literally boots on the ground experience can be brought to Washington and shed some common sense on this runaway regulatory regime that we're facing.
To contact your members of Congress about overregulation or other issues that are important to you, just visit beefusa.org and click on Call to Action.